My murdered rooster's eggs have finally hatched. In February, I hatched a chick out of a grocery store egg. That chick turned out to be my favorite rooster, Happy Little Miracle. But about a month ago, Happy was killed by an owl. Thankfully, Happy was in a breeding pen with 3 hens, and I was able to collect their eggs. The eggs have finally hatched, and I'm very happy to share them with you all. There were 10 eggs I collected. 8 of those eggs began to develop, and out of those 8, 7 of them hatched. 5 of the eggs belonged to my Fibro Easter egg or hen Shade. 2 of the eggs belonged to my white leghorn hen Lothlorien, and 1 of the eggs belonged to my cinnamon queen hen Liberty. I have been waiting so long for this day. This is the first sight of life. Look at that little egg moving around. Very exciting. And then next thing you know, we have a baby. I think I'm gonna name this one Sugar Plum. And this one actually hatched like a full day before the other ones, so I was terrified that the other ones just weren't gonna hatch. And this one hatched in the middle of a nap I was taking, so I woke up and checked on the eggs, saw this one had hatched, and went back to sleep. And I was dreaming about this chick the whole time. And so I've named this one Sugar Plum because visions of Sugar Plum were dancing in my head. And so far, Sugar Plum is the only one that has a name because the other ones did hatch. At least most of them did. 4 of Shade's eggs hatched, but 1 of them didn't. There's another one that hatched. And then I put them in their little brooder. And some of them are still kind of drying out. But this is all of them that ended up hatching. And they're so tiny and so cute. And I'm just so happy that I have 7 little miniature Happies, even though only one of them actually looks like Happy did when he was a chick. And they are just so cute. I was terrified of this water because they kept climbing into the water. So I ended up replacing it with a quail chick water, which I'm probably going to change back because I think they're old enough now to handle the big water, but I just didn't want one of them drowning. I've raised so many chicks with this water. I'm sure Happy himself was raised with this water, but for some reason, these chicks just felt like going for a swim. Maybe they're like half duck or something, I don't know. A duck snuck in with the hens one day. And yep, there they go. I'm dipping them in the water. See, look at that. He just climbs right in. He's going to take a little swim. Ridiculous. So I'm going to show them to you one by one now. And like I said earlier, I've only named one of them, Sugar Plum. So as I show them to you, let me know what name you think I should give them and leave it in the comments. There are 2 of them that look like this, where they're like kind of gray and kind of yellow. And I took these videos on different days, so you can see how they've grown a bit, how their wing colors have changed since the time that I took the first video. But this one's a troublemaker. And this one is Chick B. Chick B looks a lot like Chick A, except for they have a little bit more yellow on the face area. But other than that, I think these ones might be full siblings. Chick C is this little yellow fluff ball. None of the other chicks are quite as fluffy as this one. It's all fluff, not fat. I'm pretty sure, at least. And even as they got older, they're still kind of fluffier than the other ones, but they're getting a lot more gray on their wing feathers, which I wasn't expecting, but I think it's cute anyways. So next is Chick D. Chick D is kind of black and gray with a little red on the face. And they kind of have some gray on their legs too. Now this one is not Sugar Plum. This is Chick E. The difference between Chick E and Sugar Plum is that Chick E has a lot more white on the toes, but that will easily go away when they grow older, so I'm going to need to find some other way to differentiate them. Now this chick with the white chest, that's Chick F. They seem to be maybe a little bit fibro, like they got the black on their legs, but I'm surprised by the amount of white on them. They don't really look like the others. And last but not least is Sugar Plum. Sugar Plum is the only one that's been named so far. Sugar Plum seems to be all black, including the toes, and they're the only one with a gray tongue as well. Next mystery to solve is finding out which hen laid which egg, which hatched which chick. The only one I know for sure is Sugar Plum. Shade lays blue eggs and Sugar Plum hatched out of a blue egg. But I was at work when the other chicks hatched, so I didn't see which eggs they came out of. But Sugar Plum I would have known anyways because they're almost completely fibromelanistic, just like their mother. And she's the only fibromelanistic hen in this breeding group. The other chick that's almost completely fibromelanistic is Chick E. And then these other two black chicks I'm just including in this group of potentially belonging to shade because of the color of their feathers mostly. And they do have a little bit of black on like their feet. Now these two look almost exactly like each other, and there's only one hen that laid exactly 2 eggs, and that's Lothlorien. Lothlorien is a white leghorn, and usually white leghorn chicks are white or light yellow. These two obviously are not those colors, but they do have a lot of white and yellow features on them. And even though they do have a little bit of gray on their legs, a lot of chickens have that on their legs without being fibromelanistic. And I really don't think these guys come from a fibromelanistic hen. So I think that Happy's genetics are just having a lot of influence here. Last but not least is this little fluff ball. They're the only one of the group that really looks like this, so I think they might belong to my hen Liberty. Liberty is a Freedom Ranger or a Cinnamon Queen. I think she's a Cinnamon Queen, but she was sold to me as a Freedom Ranger. Only one of her eggs hatched, so I think this might be it. I'm not sure what the plan is for these chicks in the future. I intend to keep one rooster out of the bunch and any hens. As far as what will happen to the other roosters that hatch, I haven't decided yet. Chicks have all been very healthy so far other than some pasty butt issues. Pasty butt is very common but can also be deadly. However, it's very easy to treat. So I think I might release a video about how to treat pasty butt in the future. However, for now, the chicks are very healthy. I'm not sure this is the best time to be raising chicks as we just had our first frost recently. I'm a little bit worried that I'm going to have these chickens living inside my house all winter, but that's a problem for future me. So let me know in the comments if you have any ideas for names for these baby chicks, and also if you agree with my guesses about who the mothers might be, or if you have other ideas of who the mothers might be. Let me know all that information. And in the future, I'm going to release update videos about these chicks and how they grow up, which ones turn out to be hens, which ones are roosters, which ones I'm keeping, and also, of course, what names were chosen for them. But for now, goodbye.